Hey, what's up guys? In this video, I'm going to be explaining how to be more impactful as a sentinel for your team. So what I want to start off with is telling you your job as a sentinel. Your job as a sentinel is to hold and control space, or even take space sometimes. What I mean by that, on attack, right? Let's say you're playing Ascent. Say you're playing B, right? This happens a lot. People just 5-sec, maybe they just put a trip and they go B. They go in, they end up having to get back because say the sentinel's there and they just have to rotate out. So as they rotate out through mid, they end up getting shot by that lurking Reyna from top mid, see? So they can't really fast lurk, and then they end up losing the round off that. To prevent that, your sentinel player, or if you're a sentinel, should be holding space. What I mean by that is, if your team's over here trying to take B, you always want to plan to, right? A plan B in a way, because it's not going to work 100% of the time just bombarding into sight and taking it. Maybe not, but most of the time you're going to need to cancel and rotate. So as a senti, you want to be able to hold space. What I mean by that is holding this type of space right here. All this space you want to try to hold and have information on, right? If you're holding this information, your team will be able to rotate easier, and they won't have to worry about someone lurking, having a spot right here to aim at them, so they can even rotate faster without having to clear those angles. The ways you could do that is, if you're playing, let's see, Cypher, you want to start off here if they're playing B and just have a simple trip right here, and then even a cam right here, so you can watch all this, all the mid. You can watch all mid, knowing if someone's out there, and you have information if they're pushed up over here, right? That's really good information. That type of information you need. That's one way you can carry as your sentinel, or be more impactful, have easier rotates for your team. I'll show you how that would look in game. Alright y'all, so in game you would be simply placing, the start would be right over here. So you would just be placing a trip pre-round somewhere around here where the wall starts, and it's simple. You'll be playing just a simple area up here, camming maybe like this, having info on here, and jiggle peeking this, you know what I mean? Simple jiggle peek. And this is so impactful. It might seem like you're doing nothing, but at the end of the day, what you're doing is holding all this space for your team. Right here, all this space. You're holding it all, so your team, if they have to cancel, it's an easier rotate for them. You know what I mean? And that's what's really impactful for a senti, is to always give their team options on the map, holding control and giving them options to go to, that plan B. You know what I mean? Yeah, stacking with your team and fighting 5v5 is, or like just 5-second aside, is really good if the other team is on eco, right? You never want to solo lurk when they're on eco, because the other team's gonna make plays, okay? And you don't want to give them guns. So 5-second with your team isn't always bad, but it's always bad if it's always what you're doing. All right, so it's the same thing vice versa. If they're pushing A, you want to hold B control. I've seen people do this fucking trip where it's right here. Guys, I feel like this trip is really bad. I don't know, maybe someone could put, like, tell me wrong. It's not that it's jumpable or anything. It's just like I mean, like, look at how far they could walk out and hold. You know what I mean? I don't know, that's just me, so I wouldn't do this trip. So a simple trip like that will work. If they walk up and break it, you'll know. And if they do it multiple times, just punish them. You know what I mean? But here, simple. You're holding all this control with a simple trip there and holding this. And what you can do off this is, if your team does eventually take the site, you could just run a late cat. A lot of the times, people get collapsed on by cat and heaven trying to hold site. Well, guess what? Now they have a cypher lurk. You know what I mean? So that's a good way. So let me show you another example on another map. Alright y'all, so this is Lotus. This is a very default heavy type of map. This map, a lot of defaults will be happening. For example, like on the A side, a lot of defaults and stuff, but it's not played like that most of the time, but it's very defaulty. So for a sentinel, this map you really want to hold space, because you're going to be rotating a lot, and if you don't have that space and you're getting caught by lurks a lot, it's really going to lose you the round. So if your team's pushing A, the space you want to hold is like this space right here. You see, you want to hold pretty much all this space right here for your team, and you want to hold it so they don't just lurk up and kill. How would you hold that? For example, a lot of people like playing KJ on this map. If you're playing KJ, simple. I like lurking up here a lot in the mid lane just to get some picks, because a lot of people hold that. But you want to have your util setup. You can either late put a thing here and then have a turret over here just staring here, which is really good, because now you know if someone's lurking up here, if they get hit, and if someone hits this alarm bot, now you know this is valuable information your team's gonna need to know. Because once again, if they're gonna need to rotate out, they want space, and you're allowing your team to rotate quicker. Yes, there's other plays you can do like lurking, but you don't always want to make those dangerous plays, because what happens if they kill you? You lose all that map control plus a man. So now they're 4v5 in a way. So you got to find those gaps before you try to do it. All right. What it would look like is really simple. Your team would start A, and you just hold this control, for example. You know what I mean? Vice versa. It's really easy. So let's talk about defense now. It's really simple. It's not always to lock down the site rather than have info and stall for your team. What that would look like is having alarm bot close for information and having the turret here, either here, or somewhere around here to hold information. You could do this one if they like lurking up, so you can hold the information. But you want to have most information, and you want to stall as hard as you can on a certain site you're playing on with swarms and more. You know what I mean? That's your job. Your job isn't to solo 1v5 a site, rather than have information and stall for your team to rotate in. It's very simple. It's not that hard. A lot of people think they have to anchor the site and 1v5. You only anchor the site if they're making noise somewhere else. But in general, you don't have to 1v5 hold the site. Don't do that. You're gonna end up dying a lot more than you have to, and letting the team have man advantage. That's what you don't want. You rather have the man advantage and your whole team fighting the site. Alright, that's all I gotta say, guys. It's a really short and simple guide. It's not that hard to play Sentinel. It's just you need to know how to have more impactful wins. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I hope this helps you win more games on Sentinel. Peace.